Hey everybody, welcome back to Up and Adam with Brenna today. We got kind of a big project for us. Anyhow, I think I showed a little bit of it in a short, but we're standing under our house and it's being held up on this cribbing. There's, you can see there's 4 sets of cribbing. This one, that one, and that one. And the house is sitting on some big beams. We have intentions of putting an addition on the house, and this had an old fieldstone foundation under it. Maybe I'll include some pictures or something of some before shots in under the house here. And relatively short. I think the tallest part of the basement was 6 feet. Lowest part under the ductwork would have been like under 5 feet high. It was a relatively dry basement for being an old fieldstone foundation, but it just wasn't a very user-friendly space. You couldn't put anything against the walls because they were crooked. The floor wasn't level. It was concrete. That's better than some people's floors. They're made of dirt in these old houses. But we intend to, if we do the addition, it'll go out this direction. If we were ever going to replace the basement here, it made sense to do it before we do the addition. That way we don't have a seamed wall and everything when we do that foundation. So anyhow, what we got going on today is we have to establish footer elevation. I've got everything dug out. I didn't get very good footage or very much at all of getting this all dug out. It was quite the process, and I was running into troubles with filming and editing, and I think I've gotten worked through those. You know, everything's a learning process with this YouTube thing, and so I was frustrated with it. I just had to take a break and figure some stuff out, and now I think we're on a better track. But so we need to establish footer grade. We're about 3 or 4 inches high right now from where this footer will be, and then this back wall, this is staying because on the other side of this we have it's an enclosed porch, and it's sitting on a concrete pad. We could have excavated under this, held those walls up, put basement under. That was an option, but I didn't think for what we would gain in space it was worth it. So I have to shave this wall back just a little bit, so that the masons, when they lay the new block up, they have room to get on the other side of this. It's pretty good up there, but as you come down, the wall kind of tapers in this way. And so I'll have to clean this edge up, and same thing, we'll have to establish footer grade for this wall and all the other walls as well. Brenna and I set up my laser, and we kind of got an idea of the elevation of the house, because essentially we're going to come down 112 inches from the bottom of the house to the bottom grade for the footers. Right now we're like 110 inches in this area right here. Over there we're a little high yet, 108 maybe, which is about right for floor height. We'll have to shave a little bit of that off for the floor. I think I'm going to be at right around 100, and we're 112 for the footers. Should be about 108, I believe, for floor grade. That'll be with gravel. I'll have gravel in under the floor. Got all our utilities. We're still living in the house. I've got this is my well lines coming from my. There's actually 2 here because I have water coming from the well. I have a hand dug well on the other side of this, and so I have water coming from the well, and then the other line is I have outside water spigots for the barn, the garage, and the garden. And so that's what the other line is feeding those lines. These garden hoses, there's one here and there's one overhead right here. Those are, I'll show you. We were without water for a couple days, and I temporarily hooked up our pressure tank up here. Under this slab is our hand dug well, and so the pressure tank's here. And then just yesterday I got us hot water. This whole thing's been going on, I think we're about 2 weeks into everything right now, and set the hot water tank up here, and I need to get a different cover. I don't like that. I got that garbage can on there. It hasn't rained, but I need to get something better to cover that. But now we at least have hot water, so that's covered. Here you can get a different shot of what the house looks like sitting up. One of my obstacles, I ran into this boulder under the house. It was actually in this corner where the cribbing is. As I was digging this out, I was trying to fit, so picture there was the stone wall here, you know, and part of the old floor and stuff. I was digging this out, and I dug this all with the skid loader so far, a little bit with the dingo, but just to clean up some. But that rock was right in here. I just couldn't fit between the rock and this cribbing. And so you can kind of see that's kind of dug out there. That's where that big boulder was. I had to get my big excavator in here to dig it out. And that's not far from the hand dug well. I was kind of nervous of disturbing that, but everything seemed to go good with that. So we're gonna get this this footer grade established, and maybe shave some of that wall off. That's my goal for today, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I got the laser set up. I got to figure out how to establish 112 inches for my footers off the bottom of the house. So I have my laser set up. Right now, it's shooting a level plane. And of course, this house, being as old as it is, everything is exactly the same. I measured off the sill plate, and we're within, I have the tolerance on the laser set to within 1/4 of an inch. So solid beat means that's where we're at. So right now we're at 5 foot 2.5 inches, which is 62.5. And I need to be at 112. So if you take 112 and minus 62.5, what is it, Brenna?
60?
It's 49.5 inches is where we want grade to be from the ground. So we'll bring this down to 4 foot, 48 inches, 49.5. So, there we're close. So, if we measure off of the sill plate, can you come hold it? So if we measure off, the laser said we just, I'm just double checking my math here. You can see that, that's, we're at a little bit of an angle because I'm not directly under the sill plate, but we're at 112.5. So right where we should be. So that means that we want to dig this out with the skid steer, Brenna. You can check grade as I go. And what we're shooting for, so this is way high. See how I have to lean it over? We want to be a steady beat, right?
Yeah.
So we'll start out here, we'll get it where it needs to be, and then we'll work our way in, okay?
Okay.
You're gonna run grade, Rod. Okay, so we got everything real close out through here to this point. Then we got to a point where we needed to move the laser to get this back corner. So I established a benchmark. Should have done this from the get-go, but we buried a stake over here out of the way. To the top of that stake is 2 foot higher than my footer elevation. So now we'll be able to come back here to this stake, catch grade on it, drop the receiver 2 feet, or raise it 2 feet on the stick, and that'll be our footer grade. And then we can base everything off of that. And it shouldn't move throughout the project, hopefully, or else we'll have to reestablish a new benchmark. So I'm gonna come in here now. We'll finish getting from this point back, get that, and then this side should be done. And then we can work on this back wall. Alright, Brenna says everything's good. We're within a 1/2 inch most places. Of course, the rocks throw things off. I put that smooth cutting edge bucket on the tilt attachment on the skid steer because I thought that would be best for cleaning up this corners and stuff, but for these rocks and stuff I should have used a tooth bucket. Down here at this end of the house, I'm going to shoot for a walkout basement, and so therefore I'll have to dig a footer. That's the blue tractor I had in here pulling out those rocks is my dad's. I got to dig a footer 4 feet deep down through here for this outside wall, but that'll be one of the last things we do. My septic is the pipe is sitting about the back of the machine here where I got to tie into it. Everything for it comes out of this corner here, and so I'll have to drop a septic pipe down in here at some point too, but I need to get everything done in this corner first, cleaning out that so that I can be out of here. Then I can establish where that septic is going to go in, and we can work everything the rest of the way over to this side. All right, so we got this all pretty close. Brenna said it's all within a 1/2 inch, except for like where the rocks are messing things up, but we'll work with those when we're setting the form of drain in. I set up a laser over here. I have it just projects lines, and I have it lined up with the edge of the sill beam, whatever you want to call that, in this old house, and it's projecting the beam on the wall. So it's projecting a beam across here. You can see it, I think. Hopefully it shows up on camera. You can see where it's catching this wall face. So that's going to show us, and then we'll be able to take something. I'll grab this piece of downspout. It'll show up good on it. Anywhere it's not hitting, I'll be able to hold something like this up there, and it'll throw a line up there of how far away we are on, you know, from that wall. And I think I'm going to shoot for like 4 inches. That ought to give the masons enough room to get their tools behind the block whenever they're building it, because as we build this wall, footer will be poured. As the wall gets built up, we'll backfill it with gravel as it's getting blocked up, and that's how we'll do this. So that laser will come in handy. I was going to hang a plumb bob from the sill plate there and do it that way, but that's going to work just as good. So that's what we're going to do. What, Ellie? Oh, you see something over here?
Yeah.
What is that?
An orange.
It's orange, yep. Hey, look at me. It's a benchmark.
Ankle.
Benchmark. What are you eating?
Pop.
A lollipop.
Yeah, it's got a rainbow.
It's got a rainbow.
Yeah, it's got a rainbow.
Okay, so I just messed around there with the dingo a little bit and cleaned this wall up some. And, you know, the line was showing on this face a little while ago. And now I have it worked down, I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. So it's basically the whole way across here. It's at the bottom of the wall, which is what I want as a good start. And I'll fine tune it from there. I'll probably bring in my dad's backhoe, a little backhoe, and dig this to elevation for the footer, because it's going to be right up against the wall kind of thing. So we'll just keep working at this, and if I see somewhere where it needs to be further back to get that 4 inches that I'm looking for, then we'll do so. Like up here, I guess there's a spot there that the laser's hitting. I got to knock that out of there. That won't be no big deal. But I think we're getting, this video is getting kind of long. I'm going to cut this off and give you a little taste of what we have going on here under the house. And it's going to be a long process, especially if we decide to do the addition too. Ought to make for some good videos though. So we will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And all the new subscribers, we're really thankful for. It's kind of exciting to see the channel grow every day. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks again. Bye.